Right, channel of light fluid. Welcome back to Burrows. We're a bit delayed with this one, thanks to a few things coming out I wanted to get to, and also not feeling well the other week, but we are here now. What's happening in this episode? We will take things up to the current end of Ken's route, so that's as far as it goes so far, and the next episode of Burrows, which probably will be sometime in October, we can return to Mark's route, work on that, get to the end there, and then we'll carry on with Ken and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's the plan. So, Ken had some plans to do with Doc. Let's see what goes on. Fine! What? You know I'm right? Oh, of course, dear. Silly me for having my own opinion. Don't you start. You disagree, just say so. Honestly, do you really not see a problem with how you acted tonight? Damn it, Michelle. Stop being around the bush and just tell me why you're upset. And you call me manipulative. Fine, you're flirting with our waitress the entire night. Huh? I was not. I have eyes, Chester. How was I flirting? Now, what's a lovely girl like you doing waiting tables? You should be in pictures with a face like that. So being nice is flirting now? Oh, I'm sure you're really concerned with the career choices, dear. You're just a friend of the people, you paragon of virtue. Go off it. Be mad if I talk to anyone with a female variety, beautiful or not. So you admit you thought she was beautiful? Objectively speaking, yes. Christ, you have no self-awareness whatsoever. I'm a doctor. I see everything objectively. Would it kill you to consider my feelings once in a while? I'm not your patient, I'm your wife. You knew how I was when we got married. What surprise now? She was half your age, Chester, barely out of high school. Should a man's urges wither and die to reach a certain age? Am I not allowed to yearn once in a while? Yeah. If you must yearn, can you at least do it when I'm not around? How am I supposed to feel when you cast that lustful gaze onto anything with a pair of breasts and 2 legs? Sweetie, I clearly hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, really. You know me. I just can't help myself sometimes, but that's not limited to other women. I'm sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been so eager to snatch up this town's hottest commodity, despite going against tradition. Do you mean it? Do you think anyone who wasn't madly in love with you could withstand your fiery passion? You lash out because you care. Well... with a waist this tiny and grabbable? With legs this gorgeous? Dear, we're barely through the front door. Someone will see us. Let them. You little charmer. Doesn't mean I'm forgiven. If I'm being lascivious, yes. But for getting me hot and bothered, you'll need to pay for that. Come. Oh. Now wait here. I'm going to slip into something a little lighter. Your mix. Keeping me guessing already this excited. Remember that bedroom set you saw in the Stacey's catalogue last month? Remind me, my sweet. Oh, that little lacy number in white. The one you said was fit only for the Hall of Babylon. I remember such you said, but you'll have to jog my memory. Ring any bells now? Good God, does it? Now, how about you ring my bells, eh? Goodness, don't you have any sense of foreplay? We've only just started. Oh, how you tease me. Fine then, lay out your demands, temptress. Well, once I mind sure every inch of your fur has been marked by these lips, I want you to start undressing me. Yeah. A strap? Yeah. Bye. Oh, God. A strap. Did you already... What the? Oh, were we expecting any tonight, dear? No, not until tomorrow morning. Crap, is it our turn already? All the times. I'm coming, Christ. More like came. At least put some pants on. I'm not going to tell them to leave us be. Honestly, coming by at this time of night. Hello? Good evening, sir. Who is it? Well, just some... just somebody selling Girl Scout cookies. At 9 at night? What are you, nuts? My wife would lose if you saw me talking to a girl like you. Oh, you flatter me, but I promise I won't be long. Won't you undo the chain and open the door a little more? You sort of caught me at a bad time. All my clothes are in the laundry, so... Oh, it's no problem. I can wait here. But first let me tell you of my plight. Uh-huh. You see, my little Corvette just called it quits a few yards down the road, and I was wondering if you could... give me a jump. Yes, that's it. I really just need a quick fix and then I can be on my way. Sorry, we're kind of in the middle of something. You can try the house down the road there. Fredrickson's? They probably have it, No, it has to be you. That is, I already tried. Your house was the only one with the lights on. Dear, what's taking so long? Just a moment, honey. Look, I really hate to see a pretty face like yours look so sad, but there's really nothing I can do. Oh, but there's so many things you could help me with out there. Alone, in the dark. Oh, goodness, that grip. Why is it already so damp? Come on, nobody else has to know. It'll only take 5 minutes. But my wife. Shh, I'm your wife now. Okay, I think we're in the clear. You ready? As I'll ever be. Is our entry point. I gesture to a basement entrance with a double door sticking out of the earth, chained tight with a simple padlock. Just keep watch while I take care of this. Aye, aye. I peek around the edge of the house, seeing Jean barely illuminated by the light of the front door. I can just make out the top of someone's head through the foyer window, but from this perspective it's impossible to tell who. No telling how long we have, you better hurry up and pick that... I jump so the loud clang rattles my ears. I turn around and see Ken holding a large rock over his head. Hey, crazy! What are you doing? Huh? Trying to break the lock, dumbass. What happened to having every part of this planned for ages? What was I supposed to do? Waltz into a bookstore and buy a book on lockpicking? I just assumed you already knew how. You have a I pick locks for fun kind of vibe. No, I'm gonna kick your ass for that comment, if we don't have the time. I used to play in this yard after our sessions. I know for a fact any sounds from back here don't reach the front of the house. Yeah, but... Another loud clang. What if someone else hears us? Ray, trust me. We'll be okay. I sigh and nod, putting my trust in him. I only hope Jean can hold their attention long enough for us to get in unnoticed. Oh wait, what was that? I didn't hear anything. So things have been that rough between you two, have they? I'm telling you, still going to bed with a block of ice every night. Well, a young thing like you, learn to do that with your hands. I went to a co-ed. You pick up things like this, Tee. This is taking too long. Something isn't right. So much for my big plan to reignite things. Did I really think this would be enough to fix our marriage? I know he's seen other people. I've been cheating for years. We're just too different. Come on, girl, don't fall apart now. Just a little college-age twit. She doesn't have the experience you have. She doesn't have the... Oh, and look. Now my bra's come in and done. Honestly, Huh? You? Jesus, it can't be. Shit, he froze. Ken! It's too late. She screams. Shit. I push past him and chase her down the hall. She's fast, but I'm stronger. I reach out and grab the loose fabric trailing behind her. I yank her back. She yelps, voice breaking. We struggle. She slips away. I chase her again. The sides of my vision grow dark as I narrow in on her. She cannot escape. She's still screaming for help. Her makeup is running. I gain the upper hand when she catches the edge of the carpet. I feel her body heave. We both hit the floor, me on top of her. What felt like minutes was only a few seconds. I look up and the darkness recedes, returning my mind to that of a sane, thinking mammal. Yeah? The jig is up, just a few steps from the stair when I'm already at the front of the house. Doc and Jean stare in bewilderment at the scene unfolding before them. You son of a... Nobody move! Everyone freezes. The click of a gun sounds behind me. You! With a grunt, Jean pushes the door in with enough force to break the chain, slammed into Doc's side in the process. You little... The fox locks the door behind him and knees Doc in the back, pushing him in Ken's direction. He eyes the barrel of the gun and throws his hands up in surrender. Fine, you just don't hurt. Not another word. Gray, the rope. I nod and force my elbow into the back of Michelle's neck as I pull the rope from under my shirt. I expected more of a fight, but she's shockingly frail. I'm sorry, I never wanted it to come to this. She only replies with frantic cries and screams. Ken sucks his teeth, annoyed at a completely natural response of being assaulted. Right, gag her with something. Someone's bound to notice if she keeps up like this. But... Now! I flinch and nod, grabbing a decorative cloth from a nearby table and angling it around her face. She squirms, causing a hook around her neck. It cuts her airway off for a second and I almost lose control of the situation as I pull away. Get off of here, you piece of... Ken closes the distance in an instant, striking Doc across the face with his gun. Michelle cries out a final time for I properly secure the gag, tying it tight. I guess you're not used to being the one taking orders, are you? The beaver doubles over in pain. Ken nods towards Sean, who starts binding Doc's arms without missing a beat. I realise there's no reason to stay on top of Michelle and get off of her. Ken grabs her by the arm and pulls her over to Doc, pushing her down so they're lined up like proper hostages. A sudden rush of cold static runs through my body, and I stumble to my knees. The reality of what I've just done finally starts to set in. I chased her down like a predator. I tackled her, hurt her. I want to vomit. I made the mistake of glancing her way and winced seeing the fear in her eyes. She's shivering, makeup running down her face and staining her fur. It's already all going wrong. This isn't what I wanted. I never wanted to be the bad guy. Ray. You did good. I'm sorry to put you through that. I'm going to take over from here. You and Jean can go wait somewhere else. No. I need to stay here. I agree. Why? I grab his pant leg and pull myself up, knees still wobbling. To make sure you keep your word. His eyes widen before relaxing into a soft glare. Probably for the best. You colour brat! Ken's eyes dart over to him. I can almost hear electricity crackling in his fur. Till you finally show your face after all this time. Is this your big plan? Quiet. Rough up an innocent old man, his wife, and their home. Oh, this change anyone's minds. I said to be quiet, didn't I? There are violent criminals, not a shred of decency left. Killing me here would only prove that. You mother... Help! Somebody help! Michelle looks away as Ken strikes Doc across the face again. Blood drips onto the carpet from his swollen lip. Go ahead. Try to scream for help again. I can do this all night. Good boy. You're right. I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to get some answers. He squats down to get at Doc's level, propping his head up with the gun. Why did you lie in your testimony? I don't know what you... Ken raises the gun again and he flinches. Okay. Refresh my memory, it's been quite a few years. What parts are untruthful? Without breaking eye contact, Ken pops open his gold locket, pulls out a yellowed newspaper clipping. Regarding the young girl's death, a former psychologist and the man at large have this to say. I treated Mr. Guimarães for many years. I can say without a doubt this was not the result of any self-proclaimed psychological disorders. The accused was of sound mind and body at the time of the crime. In my professional opinion, he's a ruthless killer who's attempting to claim illnesses he doesn't have as an excuse for his actions. I can testify the reason I stopped treating him was due to a lack of any such disorders. The doctor says. Ring in any bells? Here, let me continue. Dr. Harris went on to claim the criminal's parents pushed their son to be given a diagnosis rather than accept his twisted nature. He denies prescribing medication to the accused. Only therapeutic services are ever offered. Officer Hopkins, father of the deceased, jumped at the chance to catch his daughter's killer. Quote, there is strong evidence this was a deliberate act of sexual violence. The killer chose an isolated location, assaulted the victim and burned all remaining evidence to cover his tracks. Ken sighs, crumpling the paper and tossing it to the side. How do you think I felt seeing that article? No one was sitting on every doorstep in town. How would I know? I'm not the one who did it. You're the reason He raises his arm to strike him again, but stops. He's trembling. All of these events started the second you laid eyes on me. Everything you did, it was always with my best interests in mind, right? If I talked out of turn, you hit me because I needed to learn when and when not to speak, right? When I told you the medicine was working, you stopped prescribing it because I needed to form the proper tools to address my issues on my own, right? When I didn't express interest in the girls in my class, you showed me those dirty pictures because I needed to grow up, right? When I turned 13, you took me to the Red Room because it was about time I became a man, right? I'm frozen in place. All I can do is stare at the floor and try to hold myself together as each accusation forces me to imagine every disgusting scenario. This is why Ken kept it to himself for so long. I have to fight the urge to grab the gun from his hand and take my rage out on Doc myself. We all sit in silence as Ken's words hang over us. Doc simply stares back, eyes black as coal. Are you done? Yes. And after I prove all this, you'll be done too. He looks over to Michelle and shakes his head in pity. Oh, you poor thing. You probably got suckered in by his charm too. Didn't even know you married a monster. She stays quiet, staring meditatively into the distance. Well, this has been quite the interesting writing exercise, Ken. I'll give you an A- for creativity. But while we're spilling dirty laundry, I'll let you in on a little secret. One I and everyone in your life kept from you to spare you the pain. What are you going on about? The bruised beaver sits up, regaining a dominant posture despite being tied up and at gunpoint. Ken, isn't it obvious? None of that ever happened. The majority of your memories, the scouts, this alleged abuse, the girl's murder being an accident, all a byproduct of your own corrupted psyche. No, shut the hell up. I won't let you get to me again. If I lied about anything in that article, it's that you are completely free of any delusions. The only thing wrong with you, Ken, is your mind can't accept when you've made a mistake. I said to shut up. No, you're going to listen to me, young man. Ken's jaw shuts and he backs away. Ken? You are a criminal. Reality will not change simply because you wish for a different outcome. It is normal for me to defend myself when my patience flies off the handle. It is normal for a father to want to prosecute his daughter's killer. And it is normal for someone with a guilty conscience to admit when they're wrong and face the consequences. But you, Ken, are not normal. You never have been and you never will. Fuck you! In a flash, the gun clatters the ground as Ken's fist flies towards Doc's face. By the time Jean pulls him away, Doc's face is swollen and purple. Ken pushes Jean away and he lands next to Michelle, nearly knocking her over. I try to call his name, but he can't hear us over his own screams of rage. Everything in this path that can be destroyed is. Picture frames, vases, tables, chairs. Imagine what would happen if that same rage was applied to Doc. Part of me thinks he deserved it. Suddenly it stops. He stands in the hall with his back to us, breathing heavily. We all wait, afraid of what could happen next. 1 hour. Doc gets roused from his hazy state, voice still maintaining a confident timbre. Eh? I'm going to give you 1 hour to admit to everything. To tell me where you're keeping the tapes of our sessions. To admit you lied to the police. I gasp as he pulls out a familiar-looking knife. And every time you give me an answer I don't like, I'm going to cut something off. Ken! Shut up. You promised, damn you. This is different. Please, you can't come back from that. Don't. I limp over to him, exhausted from the entire ordeal. I grabbed the arm holding the knife and held to its side with just enough force to not set him off. This is what you resorted to those other times. The ones that didn't work out. Then you know this isn't the answer. Find it in yourself to do the right thing. My mind is telling me this is the right thing for scum like him. Please, for me. He tenses up before finally dropping the knife. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief, him included. All right, we'll try things your way. After a few seconds of hesitating, he grabs a chair and pulls in front of Doc to sit opposite him. We have all night to talk. You'll crack eventually. I won't cut you. I'll sure as shit clean your clock if you try to get help again. So pick your words carefully. I think I'll just keep quiet then. Fine. The two stare at each other in intensity that sucks all the oxygen out of the room. I double back and land on the floor next to Jean and Michelle. Thank the Lord. I thought we'd lost him. I won't let him become that person. I promise. I sit with my knees to my chest, still shivering from the ordeal. Jean puts an arm around me, shaking despite his calm demeanour. Something bumping against my leg breaks me out of my trance. It's Michelle. What's wrong? I immediately cringe at myself for asking such an asinine question, given the circumstances. She looks down towards her mouth, gesturing for me to remove her gag. Do you promise not to scream? She nods frantically. I look to Ken to make sure. Do whatever you want. I'm not worried about her. All right. With a gentle touch I wish I'd shown her to begin with, I untie the knot and pull the cloth away from her face. She gasps, taking a few big gulps of fresh air before settling down. I expect her to say something after requesting for her mouth to be freed, but instead she turns her head, staring daggers at her husband. Michelle, what's wrong? You fucking bastard! I jump back, she flings her torso at him, aiming an elbow straight into his ribs. He buckles over, writhing in pain. Hey, get a hold of yourself. Unable to right herself, I pull her back up to a sitting position. She's practically growling in anger. Of course I knew. I've known you're a bastard for years. Do you think I stuck around because of your sparkling personality? The only reason I didn't run off the handsome younger man was because I was waiting for you to die and leave me everything. She spits at him. You cunt. Only acting strong as I'm beaten and bound. Because of your own foolish actions, you deserve everything that you get, you fat piece of... Suddenly her eyes flutter and she falls back into my arms. Hey, calm down. You've been through a lot tonight. Ken, can we let her lie down or something? The bedroom's down the hall, if memory serves. I look at Jean and he nods in recognition. I hold her torso while Jean keeps her legs elevated as we shuffle down the hall towards the bedroom. I say, look again, MacArthur. Everyone in this town has a file. A flustered Foster fruitlessly looks over piles of papers again and again. I'm sorry, sir. There just ain't no other possums that go by that description 100 pints. Are you sure you ain't talking about... I slammed the table. Are you calling me a liar? Now wash that tongue. Don't go casually mention that name around here. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. And the fox? Even less matches. Not we could do as much with your description of him. It was only a passing glance, so... By the way, Diane's waiting to talk to the front desk. What is it this time? No, it's always something with that broad. That's why she's got more tears than blood in her body. I know she's still shaking about the diner, but... Damn it. I downed the rest of my coffee and slammed the cup hard enough to make the room shake. Yes, sir. They won't get away with this. We're not going to let our town get overrun by a couple of freaks and a murderer. Especially that damn fox. He's just a prissy, mincing prima donna. A fucking... God, what are these things? And why can't I stop eating them? Jean! Bedroom, now. Oh, yes. A woman's work is never done. He slinks back into the master bedroom, wiping crumbs from his chin as he closes the door behind him. Is she well? I shake my head. Here, put this pillow under her head so it's elevated. Great, let's undo the rope. I don't think we need to worry about her trying to fight us. I don't know. Ken said... Gray! Huh? I barely register it when he slaps me. Snap out of it. Think for yourself, damn it. Examine the situation. Jean. Right, I'm sorry, you're right. Here. Also, I've always wanted to slap someone dramatically in a situation like this. And you ruined it. We hastily undo the knot the way Ken showed us. Her arms fall limply to her side and we gently lay her down. Thank you. I'd hardly thank us, considering we're the ones who did this to you. She chuckles, seemingly amused by the morbid scenario. I should be upset, but it's flattering that, to get to Chester, I'd be used as collateral. Chester? Ah, the doctor. I guess he could be a Chester. My money was on Donald. I tease him about it all the time. Mom, is what you said out there true? About marrying him for... the money? Yes. Listen, from one girl to another, I'm all about using men for their money. But surely it must have been more eligible bachelor to victimize, no? Girl? She sits up, giving Jean a once over. Yes. I see. Yes, you're right. I probably could have looked a little harder, been more selective. But alas, he was there. That's kind of cold, isn't it? She rolls her eyes, still rubbing the rope marks on her forearm. You're still young. You wouldn't get it. Men can keep aging without losing respect from their peers. But women? She checks her reflection in the boudoir and chuckles. We have an expiration date. I couldn't afford to be picky. All it takes is just to hit that big 4-0, we suddenly go from maiden to matron. It doesn't even matter if our looks stay the same. To men, it's all a numbers game. Just because they admire actresses like Betty Davis doesn't mean they want to take her to bed. To be respected and to be desired are two very different things. Jean nods and sighs. And I'm guessing you had no idea what our feline friend was talking about. She twitches, continuing to stare in the mirror. No clue. That must have been well before we got hitched. I find that hard to believe. Then don't. I really don't care. The gun-toting biker outside this door begs to differ. I know the gun isn't real. My husband would be full of holes by now if it were. You really don't belong here, do you? She shrugs, reaching an arm down her back to adjust one of the many straps binding that lacy contraption to her body. Smart women don't belong anywhere. That's why we play dumb. When we finally get a little power, we play the same games men do. It's thrown back at us. That's why I was willing to let the clock run out. Take the money and get out of this little town. I just had to wait. Her lip quivers. Just a few more years. The drink, the excess. Surely any day now he'd... Michelle. I know I'm pathetic. Conniving and all the things he thought about me were true. I know better than anyone in this damn town. But know this, and like him, I wasn't given a choice. I move some pillows that sit on the bed next to her. Jean grabs a tissue from the boudoir and wipes the mascara running down her cheeks clean. Mom, want you to tell us everything. The only way we can all get out of this is that we share information. Not that we don't trust the lad, but his emotions are running high right now and we can't rely on his telling of events. You're the only one who won't lie to us. Michelle gasps as Jean pulls an eyeliner pencil from a makeup drawer, threatening to snap it in half. All right. That's Theo, you monster. Fine, I'll talk. After a long sigh, she gets up and walks over to a conveniently placed minibar at the far end of the room. I'm making it dark and stormy. You want anything? No, I'm good. Gibson, skip the onion and go light on the vermouth. It makes me surly. She rolls her eyes and begins grabbing bottles. She starts her tale. Like any dame, I was young once. Bright, bubbly, stars in my eyes. When I was 16, you can tell me anything. As far as I was concerned, the world was my oyster, and boy did I love to take a bite. Boys, men, it didn't matter. If I wanted something, I got it all, without ever having to sacrifice my integrity. I heard rumours about a place in town where a girl could make enough money in one night to last her a month. Nothing too demeaning, just had to entertain some geezers. It sounds too good to be true, right? She grunts as she slices a lime in half. Of course it was. Life doesn't work that way. First it was just dancing. Then it was just a striptease down to my underwear. Then it was down to nothing. Then he said, they're only going to touch you a little. By the time they were... Well, I told myself it was all worth it. Just keep saving up and you'll be driving a brand new car to a shiny city on the coast in no time. It's only by the time I turned 20 that I realised I was the only girl from my graduating class still dancing there. So, you're one of the girls of the Red Room? That's the surface world name for it, yeah. Something palatable for old lechers to whisper about at the bus stop. The clients had more creative names for it. The Proving Grounds. The Pitcher's Mound. Kiddie Corner. Christ. You never think adults can do anything wrong until you become one. You assume the world's being run by sensible people. Your driver, your teacher, your doctor. You can't become one of those unless you're responsible, right? Over the years, I saw each one of them walk into my show. Each one laid with me in those cheap little beds behind the stage. But I built up a thick skin. By then I knew what had been done to me and I chose to keep going. I told myself as long as it was my choice, I wasn't a victim. Besides, what was I supposed to do? Everyone in town who could do anything about it was complicit. Even the police. I jump, she slams the bottle hard enough to make the room shake. It was 21 years ago. He'd just made the force as a deputy. As was tradition, they took him to the Red Room to celebrate. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. At first I thought it was a joke. Everyone in town knew we were cousins. We had the same last name. Then I noticed Frank wasn't laughing. Everything after that is a blur. I guess God got the last laugh. Because 9 months later, there she was. All the money I'd saved for myself went to her. All the vitality I'd preserved was drained when I gave birth. Frank agreed to raise her. God forbid anyone in town find out what we'd done. I was happy to give her up. You're not telling us that she was your daughter? Another shrug. I never thought of her as my daughter. She was a living embodiment of the worst moment in my life. It's not her fault. The child never knows the sins of the parent. Forsaken as I was, I continued to send money to her every birthday. So, when I saw that headline, the news of her death, I was crushed, and yet... She hunches over, drink sloshing and splattering onto the floor. The fact that I was relieved she'd passed. I hated myself for it. My biggest shame erased from the world. Almost wanted to thank him for it. Hey, don't. How could you know how I feel? None of you could even imagine. I fight the urge to hug her, dressed like she was. How could anything we do be interpreted in good faith in her current state of mind? Jean is braver. He practically vaults over the bed and is beside her in the blink of an eye. You just... Madame, I've never claimed to know what it's like to bring a life into this world, nor to wish for it to be extinguished. But everything else, a yearning for power, to be taken seriously, only to crash and burn time and time again. He slides his fingers in between hers and grips tight. I'm with you every goddamned step. You really did walk the same path as me, huh? I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I only pray that you have found some peace after the chain your past was broken. Did you? Jean shakes his head. She finally lets go and starts bawling in his arms. I have nothing to offer these two. I should give them some space. I'm going to check on Ken. Stay here. Jean shoos me away and I step out to collect myself. So Ken's girl was Michelle's daughter. The father was Frank. And the two of them were... My stomach lurches, but I hold back the vomit. I have to be strong for Ken. And Michelle too. I give myself a few minutes to calm down before I continue to the rest of the house. It's been quiet, and that worries me. Ken, is everything all right? Hush, we're in the middle of something, boy. What? I turn the corner to see Ken sitting with his head in his hands, rocking back and forth. Doc sits calmly inches away from him, still tied up and nose and mouth dripping with blood. What the hell did you do to him? No, because if we definitely took a left at Dorset. Traffic was bad that night, so... You don't remember? That road was closed off at the time. You would have to go straight on the main road to get out to farm country. Yeah, okay, we took the main road and then we just talked. Are you sure? Ken, teenagers make up more than half my clients. I know what they talk about, what they think about. You don't drive all the way to a security place just to talk. Go on, tell me what you did with her. Ken, don't listen to him. He's trying to make you doubt yourself. Ken! Shut up, Gray! I flinch, almost falling back from the force of his voice. I'm the one at fault here. Let me handle this. Ken, no. See, Possum's merely been enabling your misconceptions. Not that I blame him. After all, it was a very convincing lie. You piece of shit. I move over and grab Ken's collar, tugging him towards the stairs. He doesn't budge at first, but soon gives in, keeping his head down like a scolded child. Don't be long. We're not done with our session yet. With all my strength, I push him around the corner of the stairwell. His back slams against the wall and the breath is knocked out of him. What the fuck, Gray? What the fuck is right, Ken? You let him get to you. No, it would just... I looked all over the house, those tapes. Tore his damn office apart, every closet. I was wanting to prove myself right, and we were going over the events again, and... He holds his head, eyes shaking in their sockets. What if I was wrong, Gray? Then what? You can't think that way. Answer me. What if I really did? What if I killed her? Then what? You're still going to defend me? See, that's what I thought. Yeah, the through thick and thing is one thing, but If I manipulated you into thinking I was innocent and you got in trouble, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Stop it. Everyone gets involved with me gets hurt. Doc was... I grab his collar and slam him back into the wall again. Stop it, asshole. No, I won't stop. I slam him again. Not until you get it through that thick skull of yours that you're a victim. No, I was stronger. I'm not... Slam. He's using you to cover up his crimes. Don't you get it? No, I did commit the crime. I told you. Another slam. Enough! I let go of him. He goes limp, sliding down till he rests at the foot of the stairs. Enough. I've had enough of all this pain. Ray? I march back into the living room. Doc flinches before I can even get to him. Oh, joining the cat in the violence, are you? No, I'm going to try a different approach. You're not going to get into my head so easily, Doctor. Go ahead, try your best. I squat down, staying just above eye level so I can stare down at him. Ken roughed him up some more since the last time. Good. Why did you do all of this? To Ken, Michelle, everyone? Yeah, what did she tell you? Answer the question. Please, you know this isn't going to end well for you regardless of what happens. The least you could do is be honest for once in your rotten life. I'll be damned if I take advice from morality from your ilk, Vernon. I reel back and spit on his face. Marsupial? So you are. He sneers. You may look like him, but you don't have a quarter of his backbone, kid. Nice try. Like who? Why do people keep... No, this is bait. Don't give him anything to hold over you. Never mind. You won't talk. I have other methods. Suit yourself. I grabbed the gag meant for Michelle and secured it around Doc for finding Ken in the same spot I left him. Come. All right. He reaches up sheepishly and I pull him to his feet. There's somebody you need to talk to. She's willing to cooperate with us. He winces. Something's clearly up between them. Do I have to? Yes. After a few sighs, he nods. I take his hands as we walk back to the bedroom. Hey, coming in. Yeah. Whoa. Michelle and John didn't waste any time getting to know each other. In any other situation, I'd say this was strangely intimate. But I can never tell what girls are thinking. Yeah, most people knock. You're honestly grey. John rolls off the bed and sheepishly slips back into his dress. Hey, did you forget you're supposed to be a hostage? I'm kidding. She notices Ken as she drops the lipstick, eyes widening in fear. Ken's hand is shaking like crazy and I squeeze it. Michelle, please, tell him. What? It's about Venus. His hand squeezes mine hard enough to make my joints pop. I bear it. I need to be strong for him. She's my daughter, and Frank is my cousin. His eyes are searching, connecting invisible dots. It's all connected. It always was. So he put you up to it that day too? She nods, eyes cast to the floor. It wasn't. I would have never done anything with a kid. But he scared me, Ken. I froze and did what I was told. But you're a grown-up. She shakes her head, laughing morbidly. Grown-ups get scared too. Let me ask you this. Do you still see yourself as a scared little boy, or do you see yourself as an adult? I don't know. I've never been allowed to grow up, lady. Having stopped with you and Doc in that room, every time I got close to someone, even Venus. Then I had to acknowledge the role I played, even if we're both victims. She cautiously walks over to Ken and I, arms stretched out wide. Let's close this chapter so we can both start to move on. We both have some growing up to do. Yeah, I'd like that. She doesn't wait for Ken to let go of me, instead throwing her arms around us both. I can't see Ken past her, but I can hear his sniffling cries all the same. His hand trembles in mine. I don't dare let go. Sean watches us with a smile across his face. The heaviness in the air finally starts to lift. Then she whispers just loud enough so Ken and I can hear her. Check the right drawer in his office. Really, really check it. She pulls back, grinning ear to ear. I'm sorry. That's all right. You were scared. I already told you. When you get to be our age, that stops being an excuse. You're right. Let's make it up to each other once we get out of this shithole town. Deal? Sounds good to me. Lunch by the sea. You're buying, of course. Yeah, a table for 3 then. Let's go, Gray. Sure. Michelle sits on the bed, stunned as we exit the bedroom. What's all that about? She slipped up. Didn't you notice? Huh? She said, she's my daughter, instead of, she was my daughter. Venus is alive, somehow, somewhere. Then, all of this was a cover-up? I don't know, but right now we have a mission. I can go look at the ghost another time. I smile and nod. Whatever went on between them, it seems the rift has finally been closed. His office is over this way. I nod, stepping over piles of various items scattered across the floor. It really did tear this place apart. I know what she said, but I checked all the drawers. I don't think you should let us down a wild goose chase after being honest about everything. We just have to think a little harder. Not my strong suit. Don't sell yourself short, Ken. He blinks in surprise. I step back, arms crossed. Go ahead, I'm not going to steal this moment from you. Come on, I said I looked already. I don't budge. Fine. He bends down and starts meticulously pulling things out of the drawer one at a time, placing them on the desk. Nothing. Before it's empty. I pull the drawer as far as it would go, but these types don't pull all the way out. Something could be behind it without breaking the wood. Ray, please. Just say it. I'm tired. I don't know, but Michelle wouldn't risk her hide to tell us this was just to waste time. Jean's still in there, so she can't run. I know. They look pretty cozy to me. For all I know, they'll dike out in ditches to grow potatoes in Idaho or something. The places your mind goes never ceases to amaze me. Shut it. You love my mind. Yeah, then put it to use. Yeah. He tugs the drawer until it stops, demonstrating the full extent of its movement. Wait, did you hear that? I lean as he tugs it again. Something definitely rattled. But where? Alright, pull open the left drawer for me. I do what he asks, pull in a big stack of binders so both drawers are empty. Ken hunches over and slides his finger and thumb into the left drawer to measure its depth. And now... Aha! He moves his hand over the right drawer without adjusting his prior measurement, only for his thumb to peek well over the edge. Wait, so are they different sizes? No, these are designed to mirror each other. Which means... He hooks a claw into the bottom of the right drawer, catching the edge. and to my surprise, it begins to lift. This drawer has a false bottom. Are those the... My question is answered when I read the writing hastily scribbled on each tape reel. All of these are marked with Ken's name. That fucking bastard. I knew it. I knew it! He kicks a stapler across the room, screaming in rage. Fucking... I'll kill him, Ken? No, not. He takes a deep breath, slowly releasing it through his nose. I won't believe it until I listen to them. But if they're what you said they were, it'll be... painful. Yeah, but I can't send these as proof until I know what's on them. He pulls what looks like a miniature suitcase off the desk, drops it haphazardly onto the floor between us. Another flick of his claws, it pops open to reveal a tape player. Found this while I was searching. These tapes should fit. Should I leave? Or if you want to. I'd feel better if you heard it though too. Just so I know I didn't imagine it again. I'll do my best. Just don't force yourself if it starts to be too much, okay? Thanks. Really, I mean it. He grabs a random tape and inserts it into the player, holding the button marked rewind until I can't go any further. Here we go. I hold my breath as he presses play. Session 5, Kennedy Gumares. How you been? Is that last session? Fine, I guess. I've had a lot on my mind. You go ahead. Just... my friend started talking to the girls in our class. Well, a month ago, we were talking about how icky they were. I don't want to change, but I feel like I missed something. Oh, haha! Oh, how innocent. Don't laugh. I'm sorry. You just turned 12 this year, yes? Yeah. Father said it's an important year. That it is. Rather, you could say it's a turning point for most young men. Have your parents told you about puberty yet? No, what's that? Lord, I need to have a chat with your father later. Allow me then. You are likely to all the boys and girls are very different, practically different species, yes? Kids will tease and separate into groups based on gender when left alone. But when you begin to reach sexual maturity, that repulsion will turn into attraction. You'll start viewing the opposite sex in a new light, boy. What? I don't want to. Maybe I'm just different or something. The girls, they... Yes, they scare you. You can't avoid them forever, Ken. It's every man's dream to end up with women aplenty. I think kids notwithstanding. I don't get it. Can't we just be friends with them? Men and women? Of course not. Let me tell you, and don't you dare repeat this to anyone, that part of you is correct to fear the opposite sex. Women by nature are cunning, manipulative, and not to be trusted. However, we're expected to all get along, so what is it you think keeps society from falling apart? I don't know, sir. Sex. I don't like that word. It sounds weird. It appears to be all you can think about. I don't know what it is, I mean. A few boys at school mentioned it, but I don't think they actually knew what it meant. Okay, I'm just breaking in here. If you've read Burrows, you know exactly what has been going on in these sessions. It's not stated outright, but we can definitely get all the implications. So I'm not including that in here, partly because this is YouTube and you know how funny they are about some things. And also, it's actually quite unsettling to voice that scene. Yeah, so if you need to, you have my email. I can explain it to you directly. But I'm really not happy recording that, having it in the video. So we're going to skip towards the end of these tapes. And I think you can all probably figure out what's been going on. Back to the main story. I can't take it anymore. I ran into the room and slammed the door behind me. Ken, that man needs to. That piece of shit. I want to. Fuck. The kicker knocked over a porcelain sculpture hard enough that it explodes when it hits the wall. Damn it all. I stomp a portrait flat, grinding the glass against the sole of my shoe until it turns to dust. He was a good kid. Why did you... I bang a fist against the wall. My strength is gone. Ken. He stays behind and I scramble away as I hear the start when the tape click behind the door. I burst into the bedroom, lock eyes with Michelle. She's sitting on the bed, guilt written all over her face. How could you know this and stay with such a monster? What was I supposed to do? I don't know. That's why I'm so upset. I collapse on the bed and Jean gently massages my head as I weep into the sheets. I couldn't go to the police with it. Apart from them being in on it, I can't face Frank after what happened. Every time I so much as catch a glimpse of him around the hotel, I run and hide. Everything goes dark and I'm taken back to that night. I understand. Ken. I turn, he stands behind us in the open doorway. I'm sorry I left you there. I told you not to worry. Thank you for staying as long as you did. He smiles, nodding at Michelle. Plans to send these anonymously to the local paper. Make copies, send it to a national syndication if it picks up speed. Nobody but Doc needs to be implicated. Her shoulders droop and she breathes a sigh of relief. Thank God. Can finally be over and done with. No, I'm probably not the only one he tried this with. I need to find the other kids he fucked up. The ones who never made it out of the Red Room. We can build a case, escape this nightmare. We'll help you. There's no reason this cycle of pain has to continue. Excusez-moi. Just how long do you plan to stay here, boy? Until our work is done, Jean. You think that's the goal of this game, whatever the rabbit called it? I've ever given a shit about what he wants. You're all better than me, that's for certain. I just want to run and never look back. I get it, but could you stay, just for tonight? Stay in this house with him another night? Oh, he's not coming anywhere near you, trust me. However, how far do you think you get on your own? How much of his money could you use before people grew suspicious? No, and Frank has probably got patrol units covering every exit of town by now. Do you think he'd let you leave, given how involved you are? Ken, come on. We can't keep her against her will. It's her choice. I don't want her to get hurt, especially not by that dirtbag. Not again. She sighs into her hands, shaking her head as the seriousness of the situation settles in. Fine, I'll stay for tonight, as long as he stays down there. Preferably tied to something. On it. Jean gently grabs her hands and rubs them soothingly. Aside from that, well, call it selfish. I feel like I have a lot to learn from you yet. Is it alright if we continue where we left off before? Yes, I think I'd like that. Jean, make sure you keep watch over her, alright? Barricade the room before you go to bed. I'll defend you with my life. You have my word. And I take it you'll keep an eye on the Panther. I'm the one you trust the most. I have no idea what his mental state will be after everything that happened tonight. Not to mention I have to make sure Doc lives long enough to receive his proper punishment. At this point I couldn't blame Ken if he wanted to... We all nod, knowing where that sentence was going. All right, then, best of luck to you, Possum. Now, with all due respect, Shoo, we have girl talk to attend to. I chuckle and bid them a fond farewell. I'm glad Jean found someone she can be herself around. Shit, I had to find someone for us to sleep too. I cautiously walk into the living room and find Ken sitting on the couch, staring off into the distance. Doc's been tied tightly as a support beam of the house. The gag in his mouth is secured firmly behind his head. Hey. Salutations. Sean's going to stay with Michelle in their room. Yeah, that's a good idea. I try to avoid looking in Doc's direction. What little I catch betrays his former confident attitude, eyes red and pleading with me to take pity on him. Gray? I jump. Yeah? There's a guest bedroom upstairs you can use. I think I'll stay down here and... His voice trails off. Ken. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm going to go shower and clear my head. He gets some stretches, face void of any emotion. Wait for me up there. We can talk after I'm cleaned up, all right? Okay, whatever you need. We both walk up the stairs, parting ways on the second floor as I close the bedroom door behind me. It's modest compared to the master bedroom, but nicer than any apartment I've ever been in. The sheets were washed recently enough they don't smell stale, and the bed's made. Home sweet home. I kick off my shoes and sink face down to the soft mattress, breathing out a long sigh I'd been holding on to all day. What the hell is going to happen now? Ken did it. He got his answers. Sean found someone who sees the real her underneath it all. I help, but what was I supposed to take away from it? What's this have to do with his game? I fish my wallet from my back pocket and pull out the white card he gave me what feels like eons ago. The glare from the overhead light is blinding until I angle it to view the intricate design better. I'd held on to it, hoping with an obvious sign of when to use it and how. Was it a magic key? A trap? Should I tear this thing in half and see what happens? I grip it as if to do so, stopping almost immediately. No, let's not tempt fate. Maybe I'm just bitter. Bitter everyone is getting their answers but me. I've helped Ken along this much, but it's not over yet. Will it end once Doc is prosecuted? How long could that take? Months? Years? Might I stay here with him indefinitely, game one or not? Would he want me around that long? I know he said we're partners in all this, but now that it's over... I grab a pillow and hold it close to my chest. The idea of it ending hurts. I always wanted a friend like him. Someone strong. Someone who needed me as much as I needed him. I don't want life to return to how it was. I want him there with me. Or would he stay? I'm scared to ask. But I have to build up the courage. I'll do it after we send the tapes, after I know it'll be safe and hidden away. Sure it's taking a while. Footsteps. The door opens. Ken stands there, dressed in his underclothes, a big smile across his face. Hey, ugly. Hey. I yelp and roll over as he proceeds to crash into the bed next to me, giggling to himself. What's so funny? Ha! How could anyone laugh after listening to those tapes? Ken. Gray, I'm happy. I wasn't crazy. Doc didn't permanently break me. Everything did happen, and now I can put it behind me. Just like that? He shrugs. I'm not saying it'll be easy or right away. I might cry sometimes when I think about it. I might get angry. Those constant nagging voices ask me if I made it all up. If I only have something to fight him off with. That's all because of you. I couldn't have made it this far without you, Gray. I smile and slide closer to him, resting my face against his arm. Your strength and courage got you here. I was just along for the ride. Don't sell yourself short. I know the old me would have given up so many times by now. Look, he still managed to get to me, even with a gun in his face. In fact, I knew exactly what to say to. He shakes away those thoughts and turns to face me, grabbing my hands in his. Doesn't matter now. He's done for. What matters now is, well... His eyelids lower, smile fading for the first time since he laid down. Ray, how do we, you see what we, have together? I smile, having no clue what the hell he meant by that. He notices my confusion and clarifies, still stammering. Well, what I mean is, how do you define our relationship? What brought this on? Please, just tell me. When you think about us, what word you use? Given our choice on this route, I open my mouth to answer but pause, not sure how he's going to respond. What? I know what I want to say, but I'm scared of ruining everything. You put your trust into me. You've opened up to me about stuff you probably never expected to with another guy. I've seen you at your best and worst. I don't want you to think I'm anything like Doc. This was all a plan to get you here. Ray. He gently grabs my face, running a finger up and down my cheek. I'm asking you because I'm willing to test that trust. Until now I lived life unsure of everything. Every decision, every interaction. Women scared me, sure, but so did everyone. The reason I was so stuck on girls being the problem is with Doc drilled into my head over and over. It's a distraction from the real reason I was so nervous around people. What was the real reason? He smiles, scanning over me like a cherished photograph. Nobody ever really cared about me. I was paranoid for a good reason. People in my life were using me constantly. Johnny was there for me, sure, and I got scared of losing him. I did my way to protect him. He only ended up hurt by it. It made me realise I don't know much about other people in general. I don't think like they do. I don't get attached to people as easily as they do. So, somewhere deep inside, decided the one for me would be someone I could just be myself around. Someone I didn't feel like I needed to put a mask on for. Took all this bullshit to finally be able to think clearly and realise that. Talking to you helped me find the words I've been looking for, so thank you, Gray. I smile nervously, unable to look him in the eyes. Does the right person for you still have to be a woman? He closes his eyes and thinks for a while. Physically, I would prefer for them to be a woman. I can't change what I like. Of course. Ken. His face gets closer to mine, eyes still closed. But also, I can't control who I end up liking, can I? I guess so. The heart wants what it wants. Our noses touch and he stops, eyes finally open to stare at mine. Yeah, it's true. Painfully, embarrassingly true. Thought it'd hurt more to say, but after today anything feels easy, so I'll just say it. His arm wraps around my waist. When I look at you, I feel things. When we're together, alone like this, I feel it more than I should. I don't think you're manipulating me. This is the decision I made on my own, something I've been carefully testing as soon as these feelings started. Oh, yeah? Gray. Yes? You're not a woman. I still think I love you. I let it sink in, waiting for, as a friend, to follow. It doesn't. Ken, I tuck my head into his chest. I love you too. I felt so guilty about it this whole time. We're both guilty. It's been obvious for a while. You put yourself in so much danger for my sake. That'd be then for a good reason. We're just kidding ourselves. They would stay casual after everything. Yeah, He grunts and pushes me away. They're already cold without his touch. What's wrong? Could you do me a favour? Yes, anything. Can you get up and turn around till I tell you it's okay to look? Sure. Just don't surprise me with a slap on the... Ray! Okay. I hop out of bed and face away from him. Arms crossed, I tap my feet in anticipation. Cover your eyes, too. If it is your command. It's impossible to make out whatever he's doing. All I hear is fabric shifting around. We've already seen each other naked a few times now. This feels... Oh, okay, turn around. Honestly, Ken, whatever this... It better be... Well... I'm still new to all this. I know it's between two dudes, it doesn't have to be a guy and a girl, but... His legs spread ever so slightly. It bounces. Just for tonight, I wouldn't mind being your girl. Again? This is... Man, are you game or not? This feels wrong. There's no way somebody can recover from facing their trauma this quickly. I have to make sure he's in the right mind. Hey, Ken? What? What's the hold-up? Can we just take a second to, talk about all this before you do something you regret? He pouts. Come on, don't be condescending. I know what I'm doing. I know, it's just... He sighs and sits up on the bed. What, you think I'm damaged goods? No. Then what? I shake my head and take a seat on the bed myself. This between us is immediately apparent, so I scoot closer and start rubbing his leg. Ken, I care about you so much. Especially after everything that happened tonight. You tried to be brave even as you thought the world was crumbling around you. Dramatic? Well, sure. And they're acting like none of that happened. It scares me. Of course I want you and I'm attracted to you, but this feels too soon. He crosses his arms and leans back, clearly disappointed. Ray, I don't spend another minute of my life thinking about that shit. This is me saying that I'm ready to move on to the next stage of whatever. Life, sex, love. So please, just humour me. Do you really trust me that much? I'm honestly scared. The responsibility of this, of you in this state. I don't want to ruin everything we just worked for. He growls and grabs my face, pulling me towards him and pressing our foreheads together. Damn it, Gray, just listen. I don't want to repeat myself. I nod, too nervous to speak anyway. I'm choosing you. You're the only one I trust with this side of myself right now. Just because bad things happen to me doesn't mean I want that door closed forever. Sex doesn't have to be scary. Opening myself up was about the damn scariest thing I could think of the longest time. Look at how far we've come in just a week together. I know this feels fast to you. This is just how I've always dealt with things. I just don't want to slow down when it comes to you. Everything about being with you excites me, inspires me. I'm raring to go to advance to the next stage of whatever this relationship is. Do you understand where I'm coming from now? I do. Thank you for explaining it to me. I can't ever be timid given the situation, though. I mean, you just confessed to me and now you want to... Did I do it wrong? Yes? No, His frown breaks my heart. I need to course correct before this goes south. Sorry, let's just start over, okay? He nods and reassumes the position. So, what do you think? You look incredible, Ken. You're beautiful. But this isn't you, is it? I gesture the frilly outfit and he sighs. Hell. Forced myself again, didn't I? You tell me. I start getting dressed. His cheeks flush. I wanted to look hot for you and I saw my shot at a bunch of these laying around. Guys like the girls to wear stuff like this, right? I think you look great in it. Oh, I think so too. What, so we're really doing this? We're really doing this. And yeah, again, YouTube. We're going to have to skip this. Neither of us have the energy to talk for a while. I get the lights, we cuddle for what feels like hours. Every now and then the tears and heaving come. I calm him down. Maybe it's too soon for everything. Of course he'd still be thinking about Doc. He senses my guilt and shows me I didn't do anything wrong. This is all to help put the past behind him. Gray, it's all because of you. I know you're tired of hearing it, but... I smile and rub his neck. Touching him like this finally feels right. I'm so glad I didn't give up. You're not the only one who's running for something. You helped me stop and smell the roses, I guess. Maybe I'll get to sleep peacefully tonight. Who knows? But what about a dream-stealing thing? I don't know why, but something tells me we won't have to worry about it anymore. He stares at his hand, examining it as if it was brimming with energy. Besides, at this point there's no secrets left between us. If you forget something I took, I'll tell it to you all over again, and the same goes for you. You really trust me to do that? I trust you, period. I realise now that I wanted his trust more than I'd ever wanted anything. He pulls me close and I close my eyes, falling into the abyss of his impossibly dark form. He used to make my head spin, but now we hold each other steady as we dance in the orbit of each other's minds. Good night, Gray. Good night, Ken. The final kiss to my forehead, we drift to sleep in each other's arms. So there, something possessed Gray, the voice sweeping hearing. And I had to cut that scene as well. But they just realised what's going on. What's with that light? I don't know. Thought it was the sun. No, something's off. I'm going to go check on the others. Come on. Ken nods and follows me as we creep downstairs. The house is still pitch black. The only light coming from the windows facing the backyard. My heart sinks when I notice the door to the master bedroom propped open, furniture fallen to the side. Sean, Michelle, are you alright? I flick on the lights and John snorts awake, completely alone in the giant bed. Oh, she's gone. You had one job, Fox. No, he should still be downstairs. We set up the barricade just like you asked. I don't think he could have escaped and forced her out of here without any of us waking up. This isn't right, Ken. We rush downstairs, scrambling to get the lights. Jean finds a switch. We wince as the artificial brightness hits our tired eyes. He's gone? I can hardly believe it. The only evidence he was here are the spots of blood and broken glasses. Oh, fuck. We're gonna... He starts shivering, falls to his knees. We help him back up, holding his body steady. Ken, look, there's no sign of the rope we used to tie him up anywhere. Now that you mention it. He kneels down and traces his fingers across the blood on the floor. My eyes follow his. I gasp when I realise what we're looking at. 2 sets of bloody footprints leading towards the back exit. One barefoot and one in heels. That 2-timing... I scan the room for any other oddities. The phone is hanging off the hook. A black book with hastily scribbled numbers open to a dog-eared page. A gold wedding band was left, weighing the page down. It sits next to a name circled multiple times. Julian. Yeah? Who's... Do you guys hear that? What I thought was the low hum of some vehicle starts to get louder. Individual voices begin to make themselves known, all chanting something in unison. I really don't like this, Gray. Let's just run. Ken has his proof, but it won't mean anything if we get caught now. No, the place is already surrounded. We're fucked. Let's just stay inside and hope they leave. Ken, go hide somewhere. I need to see for myself. Are you daft? Jean, don't you feel it? How off this all is? You think it's Virgil? What else could it be? This has to be a trap. Why would Michelle betray us after everything? There's no chance in hell Doc would forgive her. We know she won't call Frank either. What else is left? I don't know, but... Ray, be careful. Please. I give him a hug and kiss him on the forehead. I will. Nothing's going to stop me from getting us out of this mess so we can live a happy life. He calls after me one last time as I sneak over the kitchen window. The chant is now loud enough that it fills the entire house. Something about the melody sounds oddly familiar. I can't place why. It's not exactly a hymn. With so many competing voices, I can't make out the words. Sean follows behind, ducking into the window frame with his ears flat against his head. We look on 3. Whatever you do, don't linger. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Nothing could be prepared me for the scene taking place before me. A burning cross right in the middle of this quaint suburban neighbourhood. Surrounded, I see the source of the chanting. People in black with pointed hoods stand around it, all staring in the same direction. The house. Ray, tuck in. But I can't, because I see one figure that isn't wearing a hood. Despite being so far away, I can make out all of his features in crisp detail. Not because my eyesight was magically enhanced by some strange reaction to stress, but because I've seen all those same features hundreds of times. Grey? The same untamed eyebrows that would frown at me from over the railing in the foyer. The same permanent scowls sitting over teeth yellowed from tobacco. I was staring at my father. Wow, that was a cliffhanger there. And yeah, sorry for cutting a couple of scenes out, but yeah, the one I obviously could not show, so we skipped over it, and there's one. Yeah, it was not great when it was possessed, but still, some things you just can't put up on YouTube. And that, as I say, the other scene, it was very important, and I hope you can figure it out. People want to, I can always put maybe a line in the intro to the next Ken route what summarises what went on there if you want, but we will see. Anyway, this was Burrows, and the next Burrows will be Mark's route. We need to catch up on him. I think I can probably get through most of that without cutting it, but we will find out. Of course, we'll get back to Ken with the new update and a total change of tone on the weekend. We are back with Afterclass, and we're going to pick up Parker's Day 8 and carry on for a while there. But before we go, as always, I want to say thanks to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. You are very much appreciated. And my top patrons are Andy Peng, Aaron Fox, Sebastian, Baker, Brian Hall, Gopus Visser, Dissonance, Exact, Grizz, Harvest Mouse Productions, Evan King, Kartek, Matt Kenya, Gracious Yevon, Lark Huskerton, Hyperdefined, Greylock, Ara Amaterasu, Tiger Cub, Samuto, Spiderling, Rafu and Omar. So special thanks to all of them. I will see you back on the weekend after we have Afterclass. And then, if I remember rightly, the schedule calls for us to finally do Since November. Yeah, almost time for November again, and we'll just get into one of last year's. But that will be happening in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.